bottle first. Wait.
First of all, I'm Johnny Tapia, and I would like to thank the 8 Count Hour and Dancers Neros for doing a great job.
Thanks, man.
Did you do that by default? Yeah. Yeah, sometimes that's what it takes. I mean, she used to run the gym for me back in Denver.
And a couple of other people will follow him. So I'd like to introduce to you Buddy McGirt.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. First, I'd like to say I'd like to be one of the first to congratulate Mr. Tapia on winning his 5th world title.
Yeah. Johnny.
And, it kind of caught me off guard. I didn't know I was going to make a speech, so I don't have no lines to really wake up and tell you people. So I'm just going to make it short and sweet and just say that I'm proud to say that I'm part of Team Tapia, and not only as a trainer, but as they treat me like family. Johnny's my brother from another mother. He has a great family, great following here in Albuquerque, and he has a great wife, Teresa. And as I say, God bless you, Johnny, and I hope he was young enough to win 5 more world titles because he deserves it. So Johnny, God bless you, love you, man. Thank you.
Now to say a few words is his attorney, Mr. Michael Moses.
I'm sure you're all thrilled to hear from an attorney. But you know, really, my role with Johnny and Teresa is really not that of an attorney. I think I'm a counselor, a friend, a mentor, and just somebody who's there for Johnny and Teresa. And just want to be there for them because they are such special people, and I think everybody here recognizes that. And we all recognize that Johnny's a special person because of his boxing abilities. But I know a side of Johnny that perhaps a lot of you don't know about, and that's the human side of Johnny. And I remember we were in London, and Johnny had just knocked out a guy in the first round. I think it was a minute and a half. And there was a guy sitting down there with a big flag, an English flag, that says, "England loves you, Johnny Tapia." And he was a guy in a wheelchair. And Johnny, the first thing he does after he beats Alvarez in that fight is he goes down and he hugs that guy. And he goes back and he's making the announcers with Showtime wait on him because he's down there talking to this guy in a wheelchair. And finally he goes over and Johnny gives this guy his phone number at the hotel. And that night, Johnny, Teresa, and I were sitting in the hotel and talking about a lot of things, talking about God and the Bible and a lot of things. And that guy called. And Johnny spoke to him for an hour and a half. And that guy said, "I could never thank you enough for what this conversation means to me and how you changed my life." Because he was a drug addict, hopeless, in a wheelchair, and really didn't have much to look forward to until Johnny gave him some of his time and his heart. Wow. And see, that's what makes Johnny a champion in my eyes.
Yeah.
And I've known a lot of people, you know, and as people climb and they begin to get a little bit of fame and a little bit of shine, they don't have time for a lot of people, but Johnny's exactly the opposite. And I remember the last fight, we're walking out of Madison Square Garden, tough fight, tough press conference. Wasn't the best of circumstances, but we're walking out of Madison Square Garden. There was a bunch of people waiting there for Johnny to give them their autograph. And there was an old guy in a beat-up army jacket, emaciated. You could tell he was just a street person. And all of those other people, Johnny made them wait because he went over to that guy and put his arm around him and said, I want you to take a picture of me with this guy. And that's what makes him a champion. And so, you know, whenever we're here tonight and we're honoring Johnny, I mean, there's so much more to Johnny than what you see in the ring. And also, there's so much more to Johnny because he has somebody beside him, Teresa, that's just absolutely incredible, unbelievable. Yeah, she really deserves, I mean, we're honoring them both here tonight. And she's always talking to someone, so she hardly even recognizes it whenever you give her something, you know. Say thank you. But I understand, I'm married to just an incredible woman. And I understand what that means. And I know Johnny appreciates it, he tells me all the time. And so the thing is that as we honor Johnny here tonight, I also recognize that Teresa has really, 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 really supported Johnny in good and bad, the tough times, the high times, and she deserves a lot of credit for what Johnny is today. And I just want to say thank you for coming tonight, because this family certainly is worthy of our honor. They've represented New Mexico, the best ambassadors I've ever known New Mexico to have. Wherever Johnny goes, it's all about Albuquerque and about New Mexico. And so I'm just privileged to be a part of his team, be with him here tonight, be with you all. Have a good time.
I think he touched on a few subjects that is probably the storyteller of Johnny. I've known him since, I'm a kid, since I've been 5 years old. And not just his boxing ability is what shines. I think what really brings everything out, to what really makes Johnny Tapia is his heart. Not how tough he is or how grateful he is, but it's just his willing to win. You know, that's not just in boxing. I think it's in life itself. For myself, and I think for people around, it's definitely something to look up to. For me, Johnny, it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be in the same room and to learn things that I've learned from you. In that aspect, it's made my career the top it's ever been in my life, in my family life. So I just want to thank you. You're our champion. I'm grateful for you, and I know all of Albuquerque, especially the people here, are grateful for you, but 5 was just awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
And if I could have Mark signs up here, Mr. Bill Richardson.
Mr. Tapia, I've been asked to deliver this for you. This man is an avid boxing fan of yours. He's followed your career. He's very proud of you. He wanted me to tell you personally that he's very proud of the fact that no matter whether you fight in Las Vegas or New York, you always tell people that you're from New Mexico. And that is all proud. Let me read this to you. It says, from the fighter of New Mexico to the fighter of New Mexico, you make us proud, and it's signed, Bill Richardson. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just one more person would like to say something special about Johnny, and that's Patsy. Do you want to come up here?
Thank you. I just wanted to say that, you know, Johnny Tapia has really been such a great champion, and it's always exciting to watch him fighting on TV. But what is more meaningful and kind of pulls you into being more from the heart into that fight is his famous words, hi Grandma, hi Grandpa, I love you, and Albuquerque, I'm still your champ. And he truly is our champ. He has come, as everybody knows, I don't mean to sound redundant, all the way from the Wells Park Gym to the Madison Square Garden. Out of over 100,000 fighters out there in the world today, and this includes your amateurs, he has gone through that and pulled out into the pros and has become a champion. He has put Albuquerque on the map, Johnny, because of everything that you have done. The whole world knows who Albuquerque is because of you, and very soon the whole world will know who the true prince is, our own Johnny Tapia. Yeah.
And now someone very dear to Johnny's life, if he could come up and say a few words. Miguel Tapia, which is Johnny's grandpa. And I'm gonna translate for him if he.
Well, I'm here. I'm your grandpa, Johnny Tapia.
Yeah! Grandpa.
Me, my wife, and me, we like Johnny a lot, you know. We pray for him all we can, you know, so he can have a good luck with his life. That's it.
That's it.
Because that's who he is. Come here. And I just want to say that I'm proud of you. It took me a lot of years to get him to do that, guys. Let me tell you, five-time world champion is something very special. But even more special, he's 35 years old. I mean, nobody has done that in the history of boxing. And we have no intention of stopping at 5, I can promise you that. This is just, there's bigger and better things out there for Johnny, and after everyone has dinner, we'll give you announcements about what's happening. Some exciting stuff is going on. He wants to retire, but I won't let him. And I just want to tell everybody that, we're very proud to be New Mexicans, and we'll never, ever, claim anything else. And we are happy to be here, and we're glad that you're here to celebrate this special honor of Johnny. And now, here's the man of the honor, Johnny Tapia.
Thank you, everybody. First of all, I have to give a lot of thanks and praise to Jesus Christ for guiding me and protecting me. Also to my lovely wife that's been there through thick and thin. Sometimes she wants to divorce me, but I don't let her. Also to the man that's done a lot of hard work for me, Mr. Moses, been there through the day and night when I was working. It's just, I'm just surprised right now because they told me I was coming over here, Sandia was going to give me a signing bonus.
Disappointed.
I was like, okay, I'm going to do it, babe. She says, but you have to make the decision. I said, well, babe, I'm tired. We got to go to London tomorrow morning. I leave to London. But I mean, it's happy to see Big Al here. Al Jr., good people, beautiful people. Also the champ, Romero, Buddy McGirt. If I could mention everybody, I would. But it's just at Channel 7, Channel 4, Channel 13.
like to say is that I put a goal out for my life, and it was to really become a 5-time world champion. Man, I've done it, but I'm not going to stop there. I thought that I was going to retire after this, and it looks like I'm going to stay here to 2008, man, so that's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen. But I just want to thank everybody for coming out and enjoying this victory with me, because I've been lonely lately. I needed my people behind me, and the people that I do need behind me is you guys. You know, I wouldn't have did it without having my fans, people praying for me. Also, my grandpa, I don't see him in 2 or 3 years, and he wants to smack you right away. You know, but it's just, I'm proud to say that I'm from the state of New Mexico, born and raised and live and die in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Thank you.
Moses will lead us in prayer, and the way we're going to do this is by
Hi, everybody. You're on TV.
we want to make a few announcements. First of all, we want to introduce Johnny's new promoter, Nick from Guilty Boxing. Just to let you know the history of how Nick came about, he was actually the promoter for Manuel Medina, and I've been dealing with him for the last month to make the fight happen. And after the fight, there was a lot of people who had some doubts about this, and we all know that Johnny won. He was the aggressor, he did everything, he took it away from him. But we were approached by Medina's promoter, Nick, to see if he'd give him a rematch. And Johnny, the honorable guy he is, said, hell yeah, I'll give him a rematch, and I'm going to whip his buddy even more, so there's no doubt in anyone's mind. So that's how we got together with Guilty Boxing, which is Nick Rattini, so you know. And the future plans of Johnny will include a rematch with Medina, and we're going to try our best to get that done. And right now we're working on a big fight with the Prince. So that's what we have to look forward to. So as Johnny's manager, the 3 fights that I'm working on, I should say, is going to be Prince and Marcos Antonio Barrera and the rematch with Medina. So they're all big fights. Okay, and at this time I'm going to bring up Nick to say a few words and let you fill you in on any of the promotional side of it. So if you guys have anything you want to ask him, feel free to. If not, we'll just give you some information.
Well, I'd like just to say this has been an experience, to say the least. How Johnny and I met, and Teresa, our attorney over here, and it's, Johnny, I think we looked at each other, right? And he said to me, no one's promoting me. He says, I've looked at you, and everything you said came true, and he says, you've been behind me. He says, would you promote me? And I said, well, Johnny, I said, I'm just not your average promoter, I'm a businessman. And I said, I think if you have learned to market yourself, you're 35 years old, you're a 5-time world champion now, and I think it's time to be a 6-time world champion. And I also think that these big fights are in line, but I also think I have to do what's best for Johnny, and that is I hope to launch him off into a big business career, and that'll come about too. So that's what I'm all about. It's not so much about promoting. I'm going to try and be a good business advisor to Johnny too, and I hope it all works out for everybody.
And I know he loves this town. That's all he talks about. Like I said, we've got a great attorney here, Buddy McGirt. I don't know. Got a lot of work to do here, pal. We got some big fights coming up. And like I said, he loves this town. That's all he talks about. And I'm sure everything's going to work out okay. Yeah. Mike, you want to talk to him? Mike's already told me that he's a 10 times better speaker than I am, so I'm going to let him say something.
Not true. No, but will you hold my hand? But never played basketball with this guy. I mean, has anybody here ever played basketball with Johnny? You know what I'm talking about, right? We really do have. We have big plans. I mean, bigger plans than Johnny's ever had. I mean, we are now at a point where we have so many different avenues, and it's not going to surprise you at all to know that Johnny's routinely recognized wherever we go as one of the most popular boxers in the world. I mean, you ought to come with us sometime. I mean, if you can make it. We were over in England, and he got on the card at the last minute. And at every interview, at the gym, on the TV, that's all he wanted to talk about was Johnny Tapia. And so there's a lot of interest. A lot of people want to make a Tapia Hamed fight. A lot of people want to make a Tapia Romero fight. And these are all fights that are out there in front of us. We are very happy to be with Guilty Boxing and Nick Latini and his partner, his sidekick. I don't know how many of you remember Mutt and Jeff, but this really is a Mutt and Jeff crew here, because Lou Falsino, who's about this high, he's not here this evening, but Lou really works hand in hand with Nick, and we are doing good things. We are doing good things for Johnny, and he deserves it. And we want to market him. And I know here in New Mexico, Johnny's very, very well known. You'd be surprised how well known he is throughout the world. So those are our plans. We're happy to be with Guilty Boxing. We still think that Johnny's got championships, and we're not going to limit it to 6 or to 7 or to whatever it may be. But, you know, if you're the praying type, pray for HBO and Showtime if they'll see the light. And we really, I know you know for many years, Johnny fought exclusively on Showtime, and I can tell you HBO is very, very interested, and we're having discussions. They're ongoing. We're going to continue to have discussions. We're going to be traveling over to England, and we're going to be doing everything we possibly can to do the best by Johnny. And did you hear that? Because Nick said, if they don't come up with the money, we'll do it ourselves. Because we believe, that Johnny Tapia and the Prince, or Johnny Tapia and the Barrera, would be one of the biggest pay-per-view fights of the year. So we're looking at all kinds of avenues, and really Nick's business expertise has just really opened up a lot of doors for us. We are excited, and I don't know a lot about boxing and the technique of it, but I can tell you, there is probably, not even probably Johnny or Teresa, that is as pleased as I am to have Buddy McGirt back training Johnny. I mean, he's just fabulous. He's just fabulous. And when Buddy was there, Johnny knocked out Cesar Soto, who never been knocked down with a body punch. And I don't know what Buddy showed Johnny how to do that, but we want to see that again. But in any case, we do have big plans. We're very excited. And we are really working hard. We are working hard, and there's only going to be good things that you're going to be hearing about Johnny Tapia in the future. And that's about all I got.
We also want to introduce, well, he doesn't need an introduction. He's the ex-light heavyweight champion of the world, Mustafa Muhammad. He's the newest Team Tapia member, and he's here to support Johnny.
Have again, and they love Johnny, And, you know, all we're going to bring is the best out of Johnny Tapia. And you haven't seen the best yet, because with a brilliant mind like Buddy McGirt, and we put it all together, nobody going to beat this man. He got a solid team behind him. And then he got all his family, all the fans, all his family. You guys, you know, I feel y'all. And I know Johnny and Teresa feel y'all. And, you know, together, no telling how high the limit's going to be. I know it's going to be a couple of the world titles. And, you know, only God smiles on everybody over here, everybody out here. You know, you guys got a national treasure. This is a national treasure. Yeah. You know, this is I'm not going to say no more. Hey, none of your business, baby. Not 45.
I also, our attorney pointed out that while Johnny was under Buddy's instruction, he knocked out Cesar Soto in 3 rounds, but while he was under Eddie's instruction, he knocked him out in 1 round. The last guy, so Buddy better catch up here. Just gotta let you guys know. Now I'd like to introduce Walter, Buddy McGirt, who's who's been Johnny's trainer for the last 1.5 years, and it's been fun and interesting, and he loves to be called Walter. He does not like Buddy. The fans would call him Buddy, so call him Walter. We'd like to welcome him, and here he is, Walter McGirt.
Hey, Walt.
Please don't call me Walter. I got a story to tell you about the Tapias. Me being from New York, when you hear the word chili, you think it's red, you know? So Teresa one day gave me some green chili. And Johnny said, buddy, it goes in like thunder and comes out like lightning. So I ate a bowl of it. I said, this ain't bad. I ate another bowl. I said, I ate like 4 bowls of it. So later that day, Johnny said to me, buddy, you can take my truck back to the hotel. So I'm driving down 95 and I smell something burning. I thought the brakes on the car were burning. It was my butt that was burning. So I told Johnny, I said, look, man, I don't want no more chili. At all. I don't want no more chili. So today when I got off the plane, when I got to Albuquerque, my friend Freddie here tried to take me to get some green chili, but it didn't work this time. I was not going for it. And today when I was in Albuquerque, I'm like, where the hell is everybody in Albuquerque? I can't find nobody. I guess everybody's here. Of course, today we was riding, all we saw was just dust and cars for sale. That's it. But anyway, like I said earlier, I'm just glad to be with Team Tapia. You know, Johnny's a great guy. He's the first Mexican I ever seen that could play basketball. I didn't think he could play, but then he had me in Las Vegas in 115-degree heat playing basketball. And Teresa was like, buddy, you gotta stay out there with him, that's part of your job. I said, I gotta see the contract where I gotta play basketball in 115 degrees. And Johnny, you know Johnny, he hates to lose. You know what I mean? So if he wins by 2 points, that's not enough. He's like, buddy, we gotta play another game. I'm like saying to myself, damn, Johnny, we beat these guys already. We gotta play one more time. You know what I mean? But as far as his future plans, I hope we get the Prince first. Easy fight. A lot of people. I think that with the Prince, you will see the best Johnny Tapia ever, because after being with Johnny for the last year, Johnny's very competitive and he always rises to the occasion. So when the opponent is here, Johnny goes there. That's just who he is. And I think that the Prince, you know, Romero gave him a boxing lesson, but Johnny's going to give him more than a boxing lesson. And then after we beat the Prince, Johnny, we'd love to see him fight Romero. Another easy fight for Johnny, because Guerrero's a sucker for right hands, and once he gets hit with the Albuquerque special, that party will be over. And I think that after that would make the Medina fight more intriguing, because, you know, everybody had their opinion about the Medina fight, and, you know, fighters have bad days, but Johnny did what he had to do as a champion. He pulled it out when he had to. You know, the last 3 or 4 rounds, he came on like a champ. I prayed for him, and he did what he had to do. So, you know, the main thing was he got the victory. And then after he beats Medina and gets, I guess that'll be, what, 6, 7, about 8 world titles. I'd like to see him get in his 1950 Merc and drive off into the sunset. You know what I mean? Johnny, man, listen, man of our business. No more green chili. That's why I had to go to England, because I had to have an operation. The green chili went on my stomach. So, and Teresa, thank you again as always. You know, she's always in Johnny's corner, and she got his back. You know, when I first started working with them, everyone told me Teresa was mean, Teresa was this. But I'm like, you guys gotta understand one thing, man. She's not only his manager, she's his wife. I mean, she has a doubly hard job. And after spending 24 hours with John, I said to Teresa, God bless you, baby. This guy's something else, man. I love the guy, man. Woo! My God. Don't wake him up in the morning before 1 o'clock. I tell you that right now. You wake up before 1 o'clock, man, you forget. But then he told me, he says, I'm gonna call you late at night. So he was calling me 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. So I said, you're heavy. Johnny's gonna call you late. He's like, no, he ain't. And he called me, he's like, yo, man, don't think I ever sleep. I said, I told you, 12, 1 o'clock, Johnny's up, man. But then again, Johnny, man, look, you deserve it, man. God bless you. Teresa, the whole Tapia family, Albuquerque, God bless you all. Peace.
Thank you, Walter. And we have a lot of big plans for Johnny. And another thing I forgot to tell you is there's possible unification bouts because there's a lot of champions at 126 that are calling Johnny out. And we have not, we're not turning away from that either, but we just know what we have in front of us, and that's what Johnny wanted to do. Here I told him after he, beat Medina, I said, let's go get an easy fight, and, we'll go to Albuquerque. And he looked at me and said, what the hell are you talking about? I want the Prince. I want to get back in, and that's the only kind of fight I like. And that's why I love Johnny, because he's a fighter. He's a man's man. He's not afraid of anyone, and there's no one in the whole world that has more heart than he does. And he shows that every time he goes in that ring. And like I said, he takes Albuquerque with him. And that's what we really want. I want to get that through to people here, because I don't think they know what they have here. I know a lot of you that are here do, but we really, really want to get everyone's support in New Mexico, because remember, like I said, when Johnny's fighting on national TV or when he's going to fight the Prince, Johnny needs everyone's support, and he's giving you guys his whole heart and his whole soul, and nothing will ever change that. And, I would like to see the same. And like I said, everybody who's here has done that, but we need to get the word out to New Mexico that this is their champion, and no matter what happens, for the rest of his life, there's no one that's going to be able to fill his shoes as far as a 5-time world champion at 35 years old. I mean, it's just unbelievable. I'm still in shock over it. But, like I said, we just want to thank everyone for your support, and, keep your prayers coming, because they do work. And let's bring up Johnny so we can talk about his future plans. Thank you.
You want to know what's crazy is everybody got plans for me, and I don't got no plans at all. I got a good team. I got a good attorney, good people. About me, when it gets in, it gets in. Just have something for after, man. I'd like to thank all you guys here today, for being here for me. It's a big honor, and it's a big pleasure knowing that I have such beautiful people here with me today that I can share my dog. Well, we haven't opened the cake yet, but my dog, my cake, it's just a touchy feeling knowing that, it keeps on bringing up my age, 35, and I'm still here, I thought that I was going to retire, but it looks like I'll be here to 2008, so I guess I can't go nowhere, but I'd really like to give a lot of knowledge to my partner Chuck, for being my security, for being there with me. Antonio, he's been there with me, Compa, Team Tapia, also my people that are true to me. I say the prayers for me and watch me bleed. My brother T-Bone calls me a little while waiting till I get here. Like I say, I couldn't do this without you guys. I mean, when I'm in the ring, I'm at home. Yes, people say, well, why do you say that? I said, you can hit me, I'm gonna keep on coming. But when I have the people behind me, there's no stopping, because if you put me on the stretcher, it's comfortable because I will get up. But if you put me in my bag and I get up, I'm going to fight to the end. So, for you guys being here for me today, like I say, I'm proud to say I'm from Albuquerque, the state of New Mexico, where I was born. I'm probably born and raised and live and die here. And that's the way I am. And I just want to thank not my team talked of, but I want to thank you guys for coming out today and taking some time out and coming out here, and I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much, and God bless you.
Before we get to the cake, I'm going to bring Johnny would like Anthony, who's a team member, to say a few words on his behalf. So Anthony volunteered you, so come on up. And I'd like to bring up Al and Kathy. They've been very special to us. And they haven't been around lately, but Johnny has been really touched by seeing you here. So we'd like to...
I'd like to say that Johnny is a blessing to my wife and myself, and to everyone that's here, and also to New Mexico. Johnny is not only a blessing for New Mexico, but the United States. And just like Mike Moses said, Johnny is known all over the world, not just here or the United States. And Johnny has come from the bottom all the way to the up. You know, and Johnny to me is a type of person that has three things in him: a desire, a dedication, and determination. And for everybody that can't say that you can't accomplish things in life, well, Johnny is a person that you can look at, and he has done that. He has gone from his ups and downs, but yet, through God, he's always given him credit for what he has accomplished. And I know that whatever comes in the future for Teresa and Johnny, the obstacles that they may come from or come arise to them, they will face it, because number one, Johnny always prays Jesus for his victory. And without Jesus, we can't do nothing, and Johnny knows that. And I appreciate Johnny that every time he speaks in the news media or wherever he goes, he puts God first in his life. And I see Johnny, and he's an awesome person, and Teresa has been the backbone for him, because you show me a man that is successful in life, he has a woman behind him. And Teresa has been there for him. We love him, we adore him, and we'll be with him. And Johnny, you are the victorious person and will always be. And you'll have Prince, and you'll have him under your belt one of these days. God bless you.
I just want to appreciate Johnny and Teresa, because they've been, actually, they've been a strength and support to us. We started with them about 5 years ago, and we met Teresa in the salon. She came in, and my daughter was doing nails at the time, and so we got acquainted with them during a time that Teresa and Johnny were going through some struggles, and the pastor in our church mentored with Johnny and did some counseling, and we became close. And Teresa would always say, "You're really a strength to Johnny and I," but really they were a strength to us. And I believe that our marriage is stronger than ever because of Teresa and Johnny, and we're so grateful to them. And there's not been a day that since we've been away from Teresa and Johnny that we have not prayed for them. And I just thank God for the family and friends that are here to support them, because they deserve it. Thank you.
Okay, I don't have much to say, but all I say is, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, but 5-time world champion. A lot of people can't do that, but every time we're going to hear it, every time he comes out, we're going to hear, and the new. That's all we're going to hear him say, and all I got to say is, Johnny's my brother, we'll be there for life, and all I got to say is I love him very much, and let's eat some cake.
Yeah, I'm just a public security guy, man. You know, I'm just here, but you know what these people are saying are true. I mean, and I learned it when I was in London. I'm standing, this is a true story, I swear to God. I'm standing in a bathroom in London, taking a leak. There's a guy standing next to me from Dublin, Ireland. He looks at me and he sees my Team Tapia shirt. Hey, you work for, you know, the accent they have, you work for Johnny? Yeah, and he goes, man, we drove all the way down from London, we came on a boat, you know, everybody, we came here to see Johnny. I said, you gotta be kidding me. He goes, oh yeah, everybody, we've been following Johnny for years and years. We love Johnny, that's what we're here for. And this place that he fought, It was so small, it was like a school, but the stands were like right there. And it was just, and it was like such an incredible feeling knowing that halfway across the world that these people love Johnny. They love him everywhere. Just because of the kind of person he is. Just because of who Johnny is and the way that, you know, they follow him in the media and they watch him fight and his heart, his determination to win, always to win. He always praises God, always. And these people are very religious. I love you, brother.
Okay, at this time, Al Hurricane is going to sing a special song for Johnny. It was along with Al Jr., the Godfather. Sorry, Johnny. So we just like everybody's attention while he sings for us.
Thank you, Teresa. First time I saw Johnny, he was driving our car. Hey, Big Al Hurricane. And one day, he came to Sandia before a fight and said, "Baila, baila, baila." I put on the microphone and it touched my heart. Anyhow, I think Junior and I would like to do a little song that we did together, by the way, you know, because I think the world of my son and I think the world of Johnny. And it goes something like this, okay?
Mi amigo, yo te voy a contar de un amor que causa mi tristeza, de un amor que destroza toda mi alma, de un amor que no puedo olvidar. Padrecito, ¿qué es lo que debo hacer? ¿Cómo me duele to love her and not have her? Hoy me siento que el mundo está acabando. Hoy me siento con ganas de llorar.
Hijito mío, un consejo te doy. No te preocupes tanto por ese amor, que a mí también me ha pasado lo mismo. Tantas veces que ni las puedo contar. Pero ya que estamos aquí en esta cantina, vamos a echarnos dos tequilas. Olvidaremos todititas las tristezas y el dolor que nos causa un mal amor.
Johnny?
Something else, the Godfather, right?
I don't look like James Brown. All right, well, you know what? I mean, this guy, you ever seen him jump rope? Have you? Man, I tell you, I couldn't keep up with him with my song. I had to speed up my song. Bamboleo, bambolea. I had to keep it going faster and faster and faster. Anyway, thank you, Johnny, for giving us this opportunity to be up here. All right, thank you.
Before we get to the cake, I want everybody to give a round of applause and a big thank you to Lucy Tapia for setting this whole thing up. She did a great job. Okay, so everybody just let's enjoy the cake with Johnny. Thank you.